Hello, hello, and welcome. I know that 12 o'clock can be a little bit of a hard start time for some people, so I'm just going to give a little bit more time for people to join. So, yeah, just give you like 2, 3 more minutes and we will get started. But happy Wednesday. Welcome. I am excited about today's presentation for you guys. So, I'm just going to give you 2 more minutes and then we'll dive right in. All right. Welcome, welcome. We are going to get started. How's everyone doing this lovely Wednesday? One of the last few warm days. I'm based in Ohio, so this is like one of the last days that I've seen so far that is going to be up in the 80s, and I'm a little sad about it. Fall is quickly approaching. It's going to be fall tomorrow, basically. But yeah, but welcome. My name is Cherie. I am the marketing manager for Flamel AI. And today we are talking about how to create good content and not just like good, effective, valuable content that's going to resonate with your audience. If you haven't seen my past lunch and learns, those are all on our YouTube channel. So just type in Flamel AI and you will find all of those webinars from the last 6 weeks. This is an 8-week series. So we're pretty much building out your content strategy for social media, which is a very valuable information for anyone who is looking to build their social media presence online in general, or if you are somebody who is a social media manager and you are looking to just elevate or refresh your strategy, which you should be doing every quarter. This is just a helpful guide to get you there. But before I get started, I am just going to drop in our social links so that you guys are able to have access to that. Wrong one. Wrong link. Copy. There we go. So there you go. So those are all of our social links. You can stay up to date with any of our social media platforms if you're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, the whole nines. Yes. But let us dive in today's discussion. Let me just share my screen. Boom. There we go. So, how to create good content. I know people's time is very valuable, so we're just going to dive right into it. And for anyone who is joining, because I see some people are joining in right now, if you have to drop off or you're joining in a little bit late, again, this webinar will be live on our YouTube channel tomorrow at noon. I always repost these webinars on our YouTube channel so that you are able to reference them as a resource. So just go ahead. The links are in the chat right now. So if you need to drop off, just make sure that you're following us on YouTube so you can get the information. But yes, so first things first, let's get into our presentation for today. So the importance of good content. Having good content, I've said this once before, it helps build recognition with your audience. And it helps resonate your brand to your specific audience as well. So a little bit of the importance of content is the foundation in digital presence that it has. Every click, view, engagement starts with content. So when you think of social media as that top of funnel. As you see, I have a funnel image, but as a top of funnel brand awareness, where you're starting to gather eyes on your brand. And then that's how you just kind of build that trust with your audience and bring them down the funnel to followers into hopefully a loyal, long-time customer. As you think about more of the importance, it's to drive brand recognition. So memorable content makes your brand stand out. It builds trust. So having quality content establishes an authority and expertise of what your brand or what your service or product is. And then it also is a way to convert followers into into a customer. So why is good content crucial? It helps increase traffic. So if you have a website, um, when you have a website with high quality content, experiences tend to be driven by a 7.8 times more to your site traffic. So um, this is a HubSpot metric for anyone who is looking who wants to know. 7.8 times more site traffic. So if you have good quality content, that drives people to your website. Higher engagement. So brands with engaging content on social media see up to 120% more visibility, and then improved SEO. So content is among the top 3 ranking factors for Google. For example, Airbnb utilizes user stories to create community feel and leading to more trust in bookings. So just keep that in mind. So some of the key effective to effective content is knowing your audience. I said this once, I'm going to say it twice, I'm going to say it thrice, I'm going to say it all the time, is making sure that you know what your audience is engaging with. So having effective content, you can have a tailored message. So speak directly to your audience's needs and their concerns. It helps better engagement. So relevant content results in higher interaction rates, increased conversions. So content resonates more when it is aligned with audience's interest. And then it builds a loyal community. So a deeper understanding and fosters long-term relationships with your audience. So some strategies behind good content, which I think are great ways. So gaining your audience's insight. So surveys and feedback forms. So that's direct insight from your audience. Analyze engagement metrics, which content types or topics get the most interactions. And then social media listening, monitor comments, shares, and conversations around your brand, and persona creation. Build detailed profiles of your typical audience members. All of this is great for when you're strategizing on how to create the content. So if you're someone who is starting out from ground zero, my suggestion is once you build out a strategy of your brand voice, what type of content you want to create, just start posting and seeing what's sticking, what's working, how many people are interacting with it. And the more data that you start to get, the more you'll be able to understand what content is working and what content isn't working. And it's usually not the messaging behind the content, it's more so how the message is being presented. So if it's in a video, start off with a pain point or start off with a question. If it's like a static photo or a carousel, try and find those that hook grabbing copy that's going to get someone's attention to go through and swipe through a carousel. So it's minor tweaks here and there, but until you start posting, you're not going to know what's going to work for you. So crafting compelling content. So here is like a key strategy of different ways that you can create different types of content. So, telling a story, storytelling. I've heard this all the time when it comes to creating content is like telling a story. So, narratives help engage audiences and make content more memorable. Utilizing visuals. So, anything with graphics, infographics, videos, and images help amplify your message. Brainstorming sessions, I always say two brains are better than one. When it comes to collaborating, find like either if you have a team or if you have someone that you can bounce ideas with, that helps you generate fresh ideas. And then a content calendar, plan ahead. Being able to have a consistent schedule and being able to have a consistent schedule for your content is important so that you start to build up that trust for your audience on when they can start seeing your content. So being consistent, I know that's like the number one thing for a lot of content creators and people who want to be on social media is consistency. So just start posting, and then start to plan once you start posting. That's my little tidbit. And then engage with trends. So tapping into current events or trending topics to keep your content fresh and relatable. That one is ever growing. So being able to have those organic posts are important, so that your posts don't become stale. Um, but yes, so here are some content examples from brands. I said that we love, but this is personally brands that I love. So first brand is Nike. Nike, one of Nike's like key elements for their social media strategy is their willingness to experiment with different content formats. So this includes like videos, graphics, images, or any other types of multimedia. So can be like outside of social media. So just think of their overall marketing strategy. So like showcases of their products and stories. Um, by using a variety of content formats, Nike can keep its audience engaged, which they do a pretty good job at. I think they have like 300 million, last that I checked, over 300 million followers on Instagram. So they're doing something right. So their strategy, they normally lean in or leverage like the the power of storytelling. So a lot of their content goes around storytelling, and their visuals are usually high quality, which helps connect with their audience. If you ever noticed a Nike commercial, like you will see that whoever's in the commercial is wearing Nike gear, but it's not just like, here, buy Nike. It's someone telling a story or a narrative. So they amplify that even more. And the frequency of their collaborations. So they collaborate with a lot of different athletes, even some people who aren't athletes. But they collaborate with a lot of different figures, which also helps cross promote their brand and build their audience and build up their audiences as well. Um, their social media presence. They have a strong presence, obviously, on Instagram, but also on Twitter and YouTube. They utilize video extensively to showcase their products in action. And then their results, they consistently are in high engagement rates. So they increase brand loyalty and customer base. And then something to take away from Nike's strategy is the importance of being authentic and telling a story. A lot of, again, their content is storytelling, so being able to like go off that similar strategy that Nike is, if it's beneficial for your brand, that's a brand that you should be looking towards to see like how you can change their how you can change their strategy and implement it within your strategy, but with your brand's voice. Um, and then the next example is Airbnb. So, Airbnb, their strategy focuses a lot on user generated content or UGC. They showcase real stories from their host and from people who are travelers. And they use visuals, so they have attractive visuals of their destinations and accommodations. So the one that I have screenshot, I think this was like their most liked one of 2022. And it's you can see that it's just like a view of this mountainous forest, and inside the house it's a cat laying on a couch. Like, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It's just something that's connecting you to your audience. Um, and then social media presence. So they're active on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, making uses of their Instagram stories and highlights. And they feature various destinations and their properties. So this results in one thing this results in is it creates a sense of community. So it encourages more of their users to engage with the brand and use their platform. And then a key takeaway is giving the power to your followers. So allowing them or making them feel comfortable enough to create content that you're going to repost or that you're going to share is an effective way in use of visuals to entice more engaged audiences. So that's something that they've figured out and they're good at. One thing that I want to highlight from Airbnb is that on TikTok, I think it was one of the bigger creators, um, Alex Earl. I think that's her name. Alex Earl. Don't come for me if I don't know who Alex Earl is, but Alex Earl, she's a huge content creator on TikTok, and I think she went to Italy, and the place that she and her friends rented out fell through, or they double booked, and they had nowhere to stay. So Airbnb, whoever was on their social media team or who's ever running their TikTok account, immediately reached out and took care of that. And that was free. That was free user generated content. They didn't have to pay for anything. Alex Earl, I don't even know how many times, I'm gonna say she did like 4, maybe 5 TikTok videos on just thanking Airbnb. And that drove more people to follow Airbnb. That drove positive PR for Airbnb, and then also sales for them as well. So that was a good move on whoever runs their TikTok account. And then last but not least, for my example is McDonald's. McDonald's is I like their Instagram. I like McDonald's on social media because one, that's one of my bullet points is that they're humorous. Their humor on Instagram and on social media in general is it just makes you smile. Their content they interact frequently with their audience. They run campaigns and promotions and encourage user interaction. They also, since McDonald's is worldwide, they localize content for different regions of the world, which ensures relevance and helps diversify their audience's group as well. Their social media presence, they're active across all platforms, but focusing mainly on not TikTok, focusing on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. They use a mixture of images, video, and text-based posts to keep content diverse and engaging. McDonald's results in McDonald's effective use of humor and interaction that keeps the brand on top of mind for many of their consumers. Their campaigns often go viral, as you can see in the image that I screenshot. This was from their recent campaign with Grimsey. I think that's how you say his name, the big orange monster. And when they brought back the when they brought not brought back, but they brought like the birthday shake. And then that went viral on TikTok about I don't know, but there was just a lot of there was a lot of user generated their own like cult culture type viral content that went viral. Um so yeah, that's something that they're used to. It's a screenshot or not a screenshot, but a selfie of Grimace and they posted it on Instagram and I got how many likes? 1 point almost 1.2 million likes on that post. But a takeaway from this is that you don't have to be serious on social media. You can poke fun, you can have fun on social media. It doesn't have to be always selling a product. So the importance of understanding and connecting with your audience in the effectiveness of timely and relatable content. So being able to engage with your audience and being able to stay on top of specific trends or yeah, just being able to stay on top of specific trends in resonating with your audience. At the end of the day, you don't want to come off as just like I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling. Especially in the day and age that we live in now, people know when they're being marketed to. So being able to dial that back and start to build a community is number one. Because without people for your brand's not going to last. So just keep that in mind. And always refer back to like a marketing funnel as just kind of like a work frame or just kind of like a visual aid of what social media is. You can drive sales on social media, but first things first is that social media can be free advertising for your brand. So, how do you get as many eyes on your brand as possible without spending a ton of money? And that would be social media. So, not trying to sell anyone, but grab their attention and then start to build that trust and turn them into a loyal customer. So, three key takeaways that I would want you to keep in mind for when you are creating your content is the power of understanding. So, one of the foundation one of the foundational steps to effective content creation is understanding your audience. This ensures that the content is tailored, relevant, and resonates with your target demographic, leading to better engagement, trust, and eventually conversions. Takeaway number two is strategic planning and execution. So, emphasizing content creation strategies from storytelling to leveraging visuals alongside consistent planning with tools like content calendars, and even like software, Flamel AI, for scheduling out your content as well can significantly elevate your quality and impact of your content. It's not just about creating content, but it's about creating the right content at the right time. So that's two. And then three is real world inspiration. So studying and learning from industry giants such as Nike, Airbnb, and McDonald's can provide a valuable insights. Their stories underscore the importance of authenticity, timely relevancy, and user engagement, offering actionable takeaways for participation to implement in their own content creation. One of the foundational steps to effective content creation is deeply understanding your audience. So that's one thing. And yeah, I believe that was three. So I am done for today. I want to say thank you for everyone who joined me. For next week, next week is my last lunch and learn. So if you guys have any questions prior to um, this lunch and learn or during this lunch and learn, I'm almost out of time, so I don't have enough time for a Q&A. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime between now until my next lunch and learn. Next lunch and learn, I will actually drop that in the chat as well. Let me just grab the link. Next lunch and learn is how to repurpose your content. There we go. There it is. So yeah, next week is how to repurpose your content. So when you have a larger message or let's say a long form video, blog, whatever, how you can break that down into reusable content and spread it throughout your social media platforms. So that's what next week is about. But yeah, if you joined a little bit late or you had to drop off, or anyone who had to drop off, I said this a little bit earlier. Um, this webinar will be on our YouTube. So tomorrow, this will be posted at 12 Eastern Standard Time, well, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you missed anything, please check out our YouTube channel just so that you can stay ahead. Because I think this is a great tool and a resource. But yeah, I enjoyed this conversation, this topic, and to next week, I will see you guys same time, same place. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. We're in the middle of the week. We're almost there. We're almost there. But I'll see you next week. Bye.